Hello everyone, here is your homework help video. This one is for your Chapter 4, Quiz 2 review. In questions 1 through 3, write the word sentence as an inequality. So we have a number m minus 3.5 is more than 18. Number 2, a number y is at least, so that would be greater than or equal to -5. And number 3, twice a number h, so that's 2h, is no more than, so that's got to be less than or equal to -3/4. For question 4 and 5, prove whether -5 is a solution to the inequality. So we're going to substitute -5 for y, and our proof is our work. -5 plus 12 is 7. 7 is greater than 6, so we would say yes. For number 5, 2 plus 6 times -5 is less than or equal to -30. Order of operations tells us we have to multiply first. 6 times -5 is -30. And we recopy everything else down to the next line. 2 plus -30 is -28. And if we look on the number line, we'll see that -28 is actually further to the right. So -28 is greater than 30. So we would say no. For 6 and 7, solve and then graph the solution. We undo -5, and the opposite of that is +5. -5 and +5 cancel because they're opposites, so we have m is less than or equal to 15. 15 goes on the number line. M is less than or equal to, so the circle's filled in pointing to the left. For 7, we undo 8 times h, so we divide by 8. 8 over 8 is 1, so we have h is greater than 8. It's not equal to, it's just greater than, so the circle is filled in, and it's all numbers to the right. We undo, add, and subtract first, so we're going to take away 7 from both sides, and we're left with m over -3, and on the right side we're left with 5. Now we're going to multiply by -3 on both sides. -3 over -3 cancels because that's just 1, so we have m. We're multiplying by a negative, so we have to flip our inequality symbol. And 5 times -3 is -15. So -15 is the point we're putting on our graph. Our circle is open, and m has to be less than -15, so our arrow points to the left. Number 9, we're going to add 1/8 to both sides. -1/8 plus 1/8, those are opposites, so they cancel, leaving us with h. Our inequality symbol does not flip. We have -7/8 plus an 1/8, so that's -6/8. Our circle is open, and h is greater than, so arrow pointing to the right. In a basketball game, your team currently has 45 points. There are 2 minutes left in the game. Describe your possible final score, and then graph your possible final score. So as we think about this problem, there are 2 minutes left in the game. That just means there's time left to score more points. So the final score, we would have to have at least 45 points, right? There's no way you can lose points in the game of basketball. So your final score, it could be equal to 45, or it would have to be greater than 45. So the score would have to be greater than or equal to 45. Because there's time left, you could score more points, but you can't lose points. But you could also go 2 minutes and not score. So then here's how we would graph that. A closed-in circle and an arrow pointing to the right. And then the last one, the area of the rectangle is at least 60 square inches. Write an inequality that represents x. Solve to find the possible values of x. So what I notice right away is area base times height. So that's going to be x times 5, or we could write it as 5x. And the area has to be at least 60. So it could be equal to 60, or this x times 5 could also multiply together to give us a number greater than, because it says at least. So x is less, 60 is less than or equal to x times 5, or you could say 5x has to be greater than 60. So now to solve this, we would undo 5 times x, which is divide by 5. 5's cancel. X has to be greater than, or equal to, greater than or equal to 12. So it could be 12, it could be 13, it could be 14, or so on.